Welcome to A Funny Thing Called Business. We are 4 business owners with over 50 years collective experience under our belts, sharing the capers and triumphs of running a small business and how we now avoid perilous customer chaos and pitfalls. I'm Clare Whalley from Metaphor Business Coaching. We also have
Darren Langley from Gravitas Web Design.
Kate Curry from Kudos Creative.
Pete Morgan from Monkey Pants Productions.
Fabulous. So today we are talking about asking the universe, does it listen? So we're going to go from strategy and planning and all that business stuff to complete woo now. So let's see if we all sound like normal people at the end of this.
We don't sound like normal people at the beginning.
I was going to say.
So it's not going
to happen. So I guess talking about the universe and things being out of our control and something else, whatever that is, looking after us. Who believes in the universe helping us out?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think there's something in it. I'm not 100% in, but I'm not one to automatically poo-poo because who the hell am I?
Yeah.
I believe in it, but I also believe in you've got to twang the universe too.
Okay. You got Tell us more about the twanging.
So,
I honestly didn't know what she was going to say then.
Well, this morning I described my services as magic juice, so literally anything's going to happen today.
Yeah.
But I always think of this, I always envisage it like a big sort of spider web. So you kind of have to twang the strands to sort of send your sort of vibrations out there. So you kind of have to sort of ask for it. Mm-hmm. If you keep it to yourself and don't say anything, then I don't really think it works. You can manifest it, but if you do it all within yourself, I don't think the universe will know. The universe just goes, hello. I'm always twanging it. Sometimes I'm playing it like a banjo.
Now there's the clip for... Sometimes I'm playing it like a banjo. We are talking about the universe. Okay. So how do you practice talking to the universe and it listening? Let's start there.
Well, firstly, just to say, I'm the ultimate atheist, so I don't believe in any kind of bigger power. But I can appreciate that my thoughts on law of attraction or the universe, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
There are crossovers that make you think, and a few of those things are probably psychological, whatever it might be, sociological. But the point is, the question was, I've forgotten already, but it was...
How do you practice it?
How do you practice it? Yeah, how do you get into it? So, for me, I pretty much think about what I want to happen.
Yeah.
Like Kate just said, manifesting, that kind of thing. It's basically just visualizing what it is you want to have. Mm-hmm. And that could be visualizing it in your head, like when I'm in the shower or something like that. Mm-hmm. So once a month. Or when, you're just in the middle of the day. Or literally visualizing it with like a vision board, which I'm sure we'll probably touch on in a bit. And putting stuff out, on that you can actually see and remind yourself about. Because I do notice when I don't do those things, I feel a little bit at loose end, a little bit unprepared, and don't quite know what I'm going for. And then the other part of it for me is the attitude of gratitude aspect of the law of attraction, where you're grateful for the things that you have got, the things that you've received in the past. That to me puts you in the right mindset to then ask what it is that you want and visualize what it is you want and feel positive enough to manifest it, really.
I like it. Okay, so you visualise, you set plans, you really think about them and kind of, share them out loud in your head. Yeah.
I mean, I would say the majority of my kind of manifestations are in my head,
Yeah, but you're kind of speaking to them very clearly.
Yeah. I mean, there's the other voices that have to keep quiet, obviously. But
of course.
Between us all, we
goes without saying, Darren.
But then there are those that, I share with my wife. We have our own goals and our own plan. And in that, well, I mean, I'll tell you one thing. I've got a plan for my retirement, which is mapped out to the pound in a spreadsheet document.
Is it really?
It really is, yeah, including inflation and all this stuff. So, Of course, it won't happen because you can never predict the future. In that regard, it won't happen in to the penny
the
that I've
same
got.
way, yeah.
But the idea is to tweak it every year as as the economy crashes further and further.
Keep it light.
Keep it light. But that plan is like a very clear, focused thing. But in there are elements of it that I think I've just got to, manifest that. I've just got to visualize it, put it out to the universe, and just hope that kind of comes back to me. We'll see. We'll see if that happens.
Yeah. Okay.
Give me a call in like 20 years' time.
I will do.
If I'm on a beach,
Track you down.
then it's worked.
Surely it's closer than 20 years' time.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So, Pete, how do you practice aligning with the universe or
Well,
law of attraction?
it's a little bit unorthodox,
Oh, I like it already.
but I'm in a WhatsApp group with the universe. So we're always, talking. No, in reality, for me, there's an element of what Darren said of you kind of, you're putting it out there just generally in your thoughts when you're going about your day. But the physical aspect of it is journaling. And, and part of my journaling is gratitude and being grateful for those things and the aims. And it's putting those down. And I try and be as specific as possible. But sometimes it is just like, I just want to do this thing that's quite broad.
Yeah.
And over time, I can kind of refine that and make that more detailed. But I think writing it down is a powerful way of putting it out there, because I think there's a solidity to it rather than you just saying it or even thinking it.
Yeah. Okay. I do similar things. I do love reading as well, so I've read all the books around, law of attraction and, manifesting and law of the universe and all of that sort of stuff. I also have someone that channels for me as well, which is a whole new level. That's really interesting. I do lots of journaling. And reading it every day, things that I want to achieve. And it's like, 80% of the time it works, but then there's the 20% that doesn't. What that 20% when it doesn't work, I wish I could put my finger on, but...
Yeah, but I think anyone would take an 80% hit rate in anything.
Yes,
if I said to you, you're going to do this, there's an 80% chance it's going to work, you'd be like, yeah, go on then.
Yeah,
we'll crack on with that.
True.
Maybe you need to look at your analytics of your... what is in that 20% that's not
universal analytics, that's what it stands for.
Yeah. I'll message him on the, or them, sorry, on the WhatsApp group and just see if they've got any analytical data.
Yeah.
To send back.
So what do you do, Kate, to...
Yeah, it's interesting because like when this sort of topic, I was thinking about it and like, well, how do I feel about all this and like asking the universe, and I kind of believe in it because I do feel like I kind of wish it, believe it, and then it can happen. But then there's this like bit in between which is I suppose called like the work part or asking for it, and I think you have to just put it out there. One of my things is I actually feel. Another word for asking the universe is doing your marketing properly.
Yes.
Do your marketing. You put it out there. What do you want? And tell people.
I find, Kate, that the more you spend on your marketing as well, and hiring the right marketing consultants, that really helps for the universe.
And maybe your branding is asking the universe, right?
Yeah. Only if you get the top tier package, though.
Yeah. Not the recommended one.
So there you go. So that's kind of, well, I'm kind of being a little bit flippant there, but I do feel like you have to kind of ask for it. You've got to put it out there. I don't think generally stuff does something happen by accident. Sometimes you think, oh, what a coincidence! I just happened to be in the same room as this person that I really wanted to meet, or this business I really wanted to work with. But if you kind of maybe really think about it and trace it back, so some of it is luck, but I think a lot of the time you kind of make your own luck, even if it's subconscious. You're making those. You're making those steps almost subconsciously to be in that room in the first place, or making these things happen.
Yeah.
So I think there's a bit of a mix of two things going on here. Occasionally something happens, you're like, that is such a coincidence, that has to be the universe. Pete,
Yeah.
can you just text them and confirm?
Yeah, I will do. Yeah, of course, that's the thing. If you've ever got any questions for the universe, I can just message them through. They don't get back immediately. I mean, sometimes it's on one tick for a long time.
Ooh.
It's a while before it gets to the 2 ticks and the 2 blue ticks, and then they message back. But I think that is part of it, because it's not, and I think we all appreciate that. It's not enough to kind of go, I really want to do this. Let me sit back now and twiddle my thumbs. There's got to be the work towards that happening. You've got to be pointed in the right direction, kind of thing.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the mistakes I made when I first started following law of attraction and all the beliefs around it. I read The Secret. I think it came out the same time I started my business. It was around 2007. And I just thought, great, I can just sit back and just have all these really great thoughts of what I wanted. And of course, it is with action, as I like to call it.
The other side of that, I think, is that what you're asking the universe for has to be realistic for you. The temptation would be, well, I'll just magic up £1 million or win the lottery or something.
I want invisibility powers.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, well, that could happen, but I don't think it's as real. So, I mean, it's kind of having, I think, some boundaries to your expectation. Not like, not to be restrictive, but to be realistic and sort of say, well, I want my business to do X, Y, and Z in the next couple of years. Is that attainable? How do I do it? And, kind of visualise how that could happen.
And I guess it's like, the conversation we were talking about last week in the planning workshop. It's about aligning what you want with your why, your purpose.
Yeah.
Because if you're asking for stuff that doesn't fit in with that, well, then it's not going to happen in all the right ways for you, is it?
I think by realistic, I mean, it could still be pretty much anything. But, something real. I suppose what I'm thinking of is one example where I had a vision board and we put a load of stuff on there and we kind of, ticked off a lot of it, really. The kids wanted to put Disney on there. We managed to tick that one off. Extension on our house. Yeah, that, came through. But one of the pictures I put on there was of a motorhome. So I was wanting a motorhome. Well, I haven't got 50, 80 grand or whatever to buy a motorhome. That's quite frivolous. So how the hell would I get a motorhome? I don't know, but I'm putting it on there because it's something I want.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it's kind of ultimately a sad story, but my father-in-law, about a year before he passed away, bought a motorhome and parked it on our drive because we had a nice sized drive for it. Our neighbours perhaps would disagree. But, and then we kind of basically inherited the motorhome, in essence, my wife did.
Yeah.
As a family, as a family thing. But it's like, we've got this motorhome. That was on the board. It wasn't something I really had any kind of strategy for. And, subsequently we sold it and bought a static caravan instead.
Okay,
Just took the wheels off it.
just took the wheels off.
But I think
we drove it through Liverpool. So
that's why there is that thing of, obviously invisibility, that's not in any way possible, or certainly not yet. But I think thinking, I'd like, £1 million in the business, I don't think is a bad thing. I don't think it should be your sole aim. But I think having it in there is that would be something that's nice. And that's kind of what I'm working towards ultimately. I don't think it's bad to kind of put a name to that. Because I think at one point I was like, I'd really love to produce a podcast for the Obamas. And it's highly unlikely.
But you've just twanged the universe now saying that.
But that's the thing.
There.
I'm not saying it could never happen. I'm just saying it's pretty unlikely. But it's okay for me to ask for it.
I think you just got a WhatsApp
ask for whatever
message.
you want.
Yeah, exactly.
But you can ask for whatever you want, can't you?
Universe says no.
I remember a client who I worked with, God, it was about 15 years ago now. He did a vision board. And at the time, him and his wife were struggling to have a baby. And anyway, they got pregnant. He'd got a picture of a baby in this particular blue dress on his vision board. And when the baby was born, someone bought that dress. Obviously, I'd never seen the vision board, and he was just like, "Oh my God!"
Nice.
And just like how weird things like that happen. So, has anything kind of weird happened where you've put something on a vision board, and then magically it seems to kind of work out? I know you've got your motorhome story. Anyone got anything else?
I don't really do vision boards.
Don't do vision
and
boards.
I don't know why, because I am quite visual with a lot of things. But I don't know. I don't know. It's never been something I've felt comfortable doing, whereas journaling and writing it down feels...
Yeah.
I don't know. Just feels...
Well, you've got to have your own technique, haven't you?
Yeah,
Exactly, that's
each
the
to their own.
Yeah. So, sorry about that, vision board fans.
See, I've got a group of friends that I talk about this kind of stuff with, and they think I'm brilliant at manifesting because every time I go on holiday, a new client always lands for me. Or,
Nice.
So they're always like, yeah, get yourself on holiday, That's what you need.
This episode of A Funny Thing Called Business is proudly sponsored by Kudos Creative. Yes, that's us, the slightly hyper, very orange design and brand studio, cheering on business owners like you. Running a small business is wild, weird and wonderful, and sometimes a bit, what the heck is happening? So while you're juggling clients, cash flow, coffees and complete chaos, your brand is out there doing the heavy lifting, or at least it should be. If your brand's looking tired, tangled, or like it's been up all night doom scrolling on LinkedIn, we're here to fix that. We take your ideas, squeeze them and shake them up and design them into something magnetic, all backed by strategy that helps you grow instead of guess. So if you're ready to level up your brand and have some fun doing it, come and hang out with us at kudoscreative.co.uk or find us on LinkedIn for a weekly hit of creative energy. Kudos Creative. We build brands that stand out, stand tall, and stand with purpose.
So, what have you learned about yourself through kind of, tapping into a bit more of a spiritual side to you?
I don't like to think of it as being spiritual.
Oh, don't you?
No,
that's
I don't
interesting.
know.
I don't think
That's because I'm the ultimate atheist.
No, but I think spirituality is separate from religious.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, right.
Just-
completely separate.
well,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
fine.
yeah.
That's fine.
Because I
Each
say,
their own.
I'm
Only
not
because
religious, but I'm spiritual.
I'm not a full-blown atheist.
I'm agnostic.
I think I'm agnostic adjacent.
Yeah.
I'm atheist curious. But, I think I have some spirituality.
Okay.
So I think that's fine.
I'll let the term pass then.
Yeah, okay.
But what I've learned is that I keep getting a bit personal really with this one, but
Well,
like
it's
personal, isn't it? Yeah.
very personal subject.
But my parents would describe themselves, I think, as being quite negative people. If something can go wrong, they'll
they
say
listeners?
it will go wrong. I don't know if they are. Hi, Mum. Hi, Dad. Love you. Sorry about this. But they will describe themselves as that. They will, be. And I've kind of grown up with that. We've all got our negative streaks. We always, it's not even, a psychological thing. It's an inbuilt thing, isn't it? You've got to fear the dragons or whatever it was.
Yeah.
It's going to come over the hill.
Tigers.
Yeah. But I really have kind of had to consciously think, well, more positively and try and behave more positively.
Yeah.
And sort of consciously override those negative impulses, because you can easily get drawn into the negativity. Mm-hmm. It takes work to be positive.
Yeah.
But that positivity, that brings whatever you put out there, I think it brings it to you. If you say, I feel really ill, so it's Christmas, I'm probably going to be ill now. It's Christmas.
Yeah.
It's like, well, magically enough.
You've got a cold. Yeah.
So, but if you're putting out positive thoughts and things, it does bring it back. And we all go through those times in the year or whatever where you're feeling more negative and negative things start to happen.
Yeah.
And it gets harder and harder, I think, you kind of go down a hole. It's harder and harder to get that positivity back. So you kind of need that as a regular dose.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Do you think that as business owners, we are more, I can't think what the word is, more open to believing in the universe and law of attraction, and if you put good out there, good things come back?
I think there's an element of I'll try anything. In that kind of what this might help and it's not going to cost me anything.
Yeah.
I'll give it a crack.
Yeah.
And I think that's how I came to kind of journaling and other stuff that we've talked about regarding mindfulness. It's like, listen, I need a win or I need something to work. Let's try it. What's the harm?
Yeah.
And then when you see that it does work or it seems to work, you kind of go, okay, well, let's keep doing it then.
Yeah.
Why stop?
Yeah.
So I think there's an element of almost kind of superstition. I think, which I realise this isn't a we're not talking, but I think there's an element of, listen, what do I need to...
Don't walk under a ladder.
Don't. But from a business owner, when it's kind of you on your own and you're just starting out, it really is, right, what do I need?
Yeah.
What do I need to do
Yeah.
to help make this work?
Yeah.
Let's try it.
Agreed.
I think the people who kind of poo-poo the woo-woo
Yes.
would probably say that, it is like superstition. Oh, yeah, you can't just ask. Oh, yeah, I want this, I want that. We kind of, but
But that's not what we're saying, though, is
it's not. And the point is, it's like, well, what's the harm? If
Yeah.
you can think positively and manifest your dreams and have a goal and work towards something that you really want in life, that's surely going to be worth a bit of effort compared to just like mulling along and thinking everything's terrible and and then falling over dead one day kind of thing. It's it's just like,
I mean, for me, believing in something bigger than myself is better for my mental health. It's good for my mental health. So ultimately, thinking positively makes me a more positive person. So yes, like you said, why wouldn't you?
I think that kind of positivity, to use a biblical word, begets positivity. That it kind of becomes self-perpetuating. Then.
Yeah.
Are you writing down the word begets?
I bloody well am.
It is very, like I say, it is quite a biblical word, King James version. But I think there's an element of that. And the thing I've learned about myself is, which kind of similar from what Darren was saying really, is self-pity achieves nothing.
Well, it doesn't achieve nothing. I think it achieves bad things for you.
It does. You're right.
It makes you feel
self-pity
worse.
begets self-pity.
And it brings on health problems. It does for me.
Yeah.
But I mean, although I would say I'm the ultimate atheist, like you just said, Claire, I do believe that there are things bigger than me, like elephants, for example. Pretty sure they exist. Giraffes.
Yeah.
In fact, you know what? I actually have the memory of an elephant. I remember one time I went to the zoo and saw an elephant.
What's happening?
Thank you, Gary Delaney.
That took me a minute to get that.
Kate, what have you learned about yourself through kind of practicing? I'm going to use the word spirituality.
So I think what helps me is thinking of, like at the beginning, thinking of it as this sort of spider web, and a bit like what Darren was saying. I feel like if you're sending positive vibes up the threads, those will come back to you at some point. That's not the reason I do it, but that is what happens. You feel it happening.
Yeah.
And if you start to sort of think about those things that you want to achieve and the people you want to attract, I think you can kind of manifest that just by sending those sort of that energy out there into the world. So I do kind of believe in that, but then like I said before, I think everything meaningful is achieved by taking those little steps towards it. So the first step is always just thinking about what it is you want to you want to achieve. There was something else I was going to say as well and I've forgotten it. It was so profound.
It'll come back. Does anyone ask for the parking angel?
Yeah, I've done that. But sometimes actually, that's
I
why
always ask for the parking angel.
I'm sometimes scared about that one because
why?
If you're sort of asking the universe for
overuse
space.
it.
Yeah, well, a little bit of that. But what if that parking space isn't there? Does that mean it doesn't work?
Oh, I always ask and it's always there. I
To be fair,
I like
we-
to really test the universe.
On the WhatsApp
I do.
group with the universe, they were saying, Claire, you're using it a bit too much.
So I tried to use the universe to retract my recent parking fine, and universe went no. I remembered what I was going to say. So it was going to be like a little story about like the sort of positive energy. So as part of like the work that we do through the business, we support a local charity, and they're lovely people, and I give them quite a bit of like my time and you know, help to support and promote them and all that sort of stuff. And then I was due to go and have a little meeting with them, just have a little catch up. And I was having a project go horrifically wrong at the time, and there was some things going on that were outside of my skill set, and I was struggling to find someone who could help me. And so I had to ring and say, I'm really sorry, I can't make our meeting, I'm going to have to cancel it. I've got this problem that I've got to try and sort out. And she said, what's the problem? And I told her, and she went, I know someone who can help you.
Oh.
And so I contacted this person, and they could help me. And within an hour, the project was sorted and back on track.
Oh, wow.
And it was all done. And I'm like, thanks, universe. Or is that the universe? Or is it just, you know, just getting a little bit of energy back again? And it just sort of, I feel like that story sort of shows it kind of coming full loop, really.
circle.
Yeah, that energy coming back round to you when you really need it. It's I'm still waiting for the parking fine one to work. But,
Yeah, I've got the same problem at the moment. I'm just ignoring it.
Yeah.
That always works.
Well,
with-
do you know what? It has worked before, so I shouldn't be paying this parking fine. They're threatening to take me to court, but I'm not paying it.
Mine was,
I'm
I'd
not
actually
paying
bought
it.
a ticket, but I was 5 minutes late buying it. So I had the ticket, but
Yeah.
like 2 minutes after I left the car, and then like bought the ticket on my phone like 2 minutes later.
Yeah.
That's when the warden came along and put a thing on my... Yeah.
Wow. See,
I'll give
I
you time to go and get the ticket out of the machine.
I know, but
Give us a
I
minute.
Googled it, and it was just like, they will give you 5 minutes, and they came like 6 minutes later. They said no, and then I
Wow.
appealed it again. They
Yeah.
still said no. And then they had to pay the full whack yeah, as well.
Oh, okay. So, right, what's
I feel better for that, sorry.
That's good. That's
to
good.
get that off my
We
chest.
don't want any more parking fines.
No, thank you.
What's the biggest challenge you have with regards to channeling positivity and getting good things back?
I think it's remembering, not remembering, but being bold enough to ask. And I think that is
Yes.
such a big thing. That's one of my biggest learnings in business is if you want something, ask for it.
Yeah.
And when I very first started my working life, somebody said to me, and I can't remember who it was, but it was brilliant advice, but it said, if you go to a job interview, one of the biggest things you can do is tell them how much you want it and
Yeah.
ask for it. Just say, this is what I really want this job. And I think that, you know, sometimes it's as simple as that. I think that can sometimes be a challenge, though, because sometimes you just think, well, they'll just tell me if they want
Yeah.
it or something like that. But actually, you just got to,
Just ask.
yeah, just say it, just put it out there.
So let's-
twang the universe.
So let's test the universe. Let's twang. What do you want? What do you want to ask for today, Kate?
Ooh, right now?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I mean, I can come back to you while you have a good think about it and get it clear.
Well, okay. Well, recently I've been asked to do quite a lot of proposals for various projects, and a lot came in at the same time, and I'm busy working on all of them, and so I'm twanging all of those. I'd love for those to sort of convert into something brilliant for next year, for us to start working on next year. So
Brilliant.
consider
Okay.
yourself twanged.
Fabulous. Okay. Pete, any challenges right now with twanging the universe?
Yeah, I think there's a couple of lukewarm people who we've had an email conversation, maybe even a brief conversation, and I think they can see the finish line where they are to becoming a client, but I just need help to just G them in the right direction. And I've done all the ego stroking, all
Yeah.
the, used some of Kate's magic juice
Yeah.
of just helping them out to get to the kind of the finish line. So yeah, I think that's my thing.
Let me know if you need a bit more juice.
Have you got
Yeah.
like a vat of it? Is there loads of
There's
it?
some
or-
brewing, yeah.
Oh,
There's always
nice,
some
great.
brewing.
Nice.
Darren, any challenges?
Lots of challenges. But I'm normally trying to kind of manifest that positivity, if you like, to kind of draw opportunities and things
Yes.
to us, to
that's
me,
what
to
I
the
do,
business.
yeah.
That's one of my kind of mantras or affirmations or whatever that I would kind of repeat to myself, you know, about drawing opportunities in, about, you know, things being good and trying to build that positivity. But I think at the moment, you know, I'll be asking the universe to win the lottery, really. That's probably the thing.
Not unreasonable. It
No.
may
No.
happen. Could. Someone's got to.
Yeah, I mean, I don't buy a ticket. But
Okay.
All right, so you've
is that a
hopefully just got
problem?
to find one.
Could do. Yeah. Could just find one.
It's funny actually. I do lots of tests in the universe, so I will, ask questions. Like send me 3 yellow cars in the next hour if such and such.
Yeah. The universe has said, "Can you stop that?"
So
Because you're taking up somebody else's time.
on a run, I did ask the universe to send me £1 million, and do you know what I found on the run? One of those £1 million notes.
Oh, really?
Really, I've got it on my pin board.
That's
And I was like, oh my God.
So what I like is that the universe listens, but also likes a good joke.
Oh yeah, likes a laugh.
On the lottery thing, I've just remembered a story actually. But my dad was driving down a motorway and he saw this car in front had a flat tyre, and it was this little old lady in the car. So he flashed her and pulled her over, and he changed her wheel for her. And it took him ages because all her shopping was on top of the spare tyre in the boot. So I had to take all the shopping out and did it all and sent her on her way. And then the next day, he got, what is it, 5 numbers on or something like that. So he won. But unfortunately, there were a lot of other winners. So I think he won about like 3 or 4 grand or something.
Hey, it's not to be sniffed at, is it?
No.
So then he was just driving around looking for people with flat tyres.
did he take his screwdriver with him as well to kind of just to encourage the universe
create
along a little
one.
bit?
Oh, your dad's a good man, isn't he?
Oh, he's lovely.
He's a good man. Yeah. So let's talk about silver linings then. What are the silver linings when it comes to believing in something bigger than us? See, I like that everything is always working out for us. I like believing in that it doesn't matter what happens, everything is always working out for us in all the right ways. Do you know what I mean?
I do. I don't think I go that. I think I like to say, whether it goes right or when things don't go right, is saying, okay, there's a reason for this.
Yeah.
There's a
But that's the same thing for me. I
right.
think
Okay.
that this bad thing has happened because something else is coming my way, something
Right.
better
Yeah,
is
yeah,
coming my way,
Okay.
or that belief helps me.
Because the other thing I have is when, I felt the universe listened, and we're really busy as a business, which is lovely, but I'm always really cautious of saying it and how I say it.
Nobody move.
It is that thing of, I'm not moaning.
No.
I'm not, I might be saying, oh yeah, I'm really busy, but I'm not saying I want it to stop.
Yeah.
I'm
Don't
just,
do that.
I'm just pointing out a fact that I'm a bit tired, but I don't want the busyness to stop.
Yeah.
Happy with the busyness.
Yes.
So, yeah. So I do that sometimes. That's
Yeah. Balancing out the gratitude with the moaning.
Yeah.
Kate, what are your silver linings?
Yeah, I think I agree with what you were saying there. Don't know if you've ever read Green Lights.
Yes, Matthew
Yeah.
McConaughey.
Yeah, that was a really interesting
Yes.
read to me, and I think that I don't necessarily see it quite like how he does, but I sometimes, since I've read it, I kind of do now. And seeing those red lights, so sometimes it's just figuring out if it's just an obstacle, you have to figure out your way around it, or if actually you just got to try and find a different path and go somewhere else. And I think if you can think of it like as a bigger kind of map,
Bigger picture,
that you're following, I think that it does help you to sort of feel a little less sort of panicky when you do come across a red light, because you just think, well, there's always ways around things. There's always ways that you can like rewrite your story slightly, and actually, or maybe there's something better. It's not what I was thinking I needed or what I needed to go for, and actually maybe there's something else. And
Yeah,
I think that
sometimes we don't know what we need.
I quite like that sort of philosophical view. That
me too.
and it helps you deal with the crap things when they happen, because you just think, well, actually maybe there's a reason why that's like the way it is, and you can Doesn't always work, but I think it's a nice way to sort of think of things.
Well, you said something recently, I think it was in a recent episode, where you said that you'd been through a tough time at a certain point in your business, but you was grateful for that time because
I know it's a weird thing to say, isn't it? Yeah, but I just think I think I said at the time, I think my words were like, I'm really glad I have a hard time because it stops me being a dickhead or something like that.
That was it, quote unquote.
But I think
we're all grateful for that.
I think, well, it sort of keeps you humble, doesn't it?
Yeah,
like, it keeps
absolutely.
you humble,
Yeah.
it keeps your feet on the ground, and it keeps you real. And I think it makes you more empathetic towards other people too. And so there's always something good that can come out of a bad situation.
Totally. I mean, there's a reason, isn't there, why we all don't land on our feet when we start our businesses.
Yeah.
You know, there's a reason why it takes hard work and many years to get things right. Because if we like opened our door and went, right, I'm in business now, and you got a flood of clients, I mean, you just wouldn't be able to cope with that, would you? It's not real life, is it?
There's another book called The Slight Edge. I don't know if you read
that's
that
my
one.
favourite.
But that one of the things he talks about in that book is like winning the lottery, for example.
Yeah.
If you suddenly found yourself going from zero to like multiple millions, it doesn't work because you haven't taken all those tiny little steps to prepare yourself to get that.
Yeah.
So if you do, like quite often,
It's a chance I'm willing to take. But
I think maybe at our sort of stage of life it's a bit different, but
Yeah.
quite often you'll see people win the lottery and they end up like all their friends like abandon them because they don't know how to sort of deal with someone who's got like all this money, and then their family they fall out with family and they end up like really like broken alone. It's not a very nice outcome.
Totally.
So I think it's like you have to kind of build up to the success over time.
Actually, it's just reminded me of when I finished university and I wanted to be a prison officer. And
You'd be good at that.
Well, I applied to all these prisons and I didn't get any job in it. And now I look back and I think, thank God that I did not get any of those jobs, because that would have been horrendous. I would not have been good at 21. I would not have been good in that job.
No.
So, that's why, everything is always working out.
Can you imagine you
for
doing
us.
goal-setting workshops with all of these criminals?
I don't even want to talk about that. Darren, silver
yes,
linings.
silver lining. So, well, for me, I'd say when things seem out of your control and a bit bleak and you don't really know what to do, I do find that forcing that positivity through, reminding yourself of your goals, what it is you're looking for, what you're achieving, and most importantly, the what did I call it before? The gratitude. Yeah. Sorry. I almost forgot the most important part then. Having that gratitude and having time to kind of reflect on the things you're grateful for, the things you want, even though things seem really bleak. It gets, whether it's because it gets a serotonin running or whatever it is, it does something, and it does generally make you feel a little bit more positive, a little bit more reassured.
Yeah. And there is always something that you can be grateful for. You might think, oh my God, everything's going wrong at the moment, but you can always be grateful for that you've got a nice cup of tea
absolutely.
and whatever it is, nice warm house, whatever you can find, just tap into that.
We're always told as kids, like, there are kids starving in Africa, and all these kind of things.
Yeah, and it was actually true.
Well, of course. Yeah,
I used to want to post my roast dinner off to them. I was like, well, they can finish off my roast potatoes.
But the whole thing is, I mean, sometimes that gets kind of, I was about to say, sort of forced down your throat, but obviously that's kind of a bad analogy given what I'm talking about. But it gets kind of, when you're a kid, it's like, oh, yeah. So you kind of, I don't know, almost build like the wrong impression of what that means.
Yeah.
But the idea is you should be grateful, and these are the things you should be grateful for, that you've got a nice roast dinner in front of you, or that you've got, your favourite teddy, or...
Oh, do you?
I was talking about when I was a kid.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, Bunny, I don't mean it. Love you, really.
Brilliant. Well, that's a great way to finish, isn't it? About being grateful for all the things that are good going on at the moment. There is always stuff to find. So great conversation, guys. I've learned something new about everybody today that I didn't know before. So for our lovely listeners, do you practice gratitude? Do you believe in the universe? Do you believe that the universe is helping us? We'd love to hear from you. And in the meanwhile, please share, subscribe and review so our fellow business owners can enjoy, be inspired and always keep focused on the fun side of business.
It's all bollocks, though, isn't it?
Yeah, don't tell him. Don't tell him.
No.
This has been a Monkey Pants Productions podcast.